Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I just wanted to film that Q&A video that I was talking about doing, but I haven't done yet. I got a lot of good questions from you guys via Instagram, on my posts, in comments, and direct messages, and from using that like story feature. So I just thought I would get started just answering them. I'm just gonna go through all of them. They kind of like scattered in order, so there's no order to this. It's just I saved all the questions and I'll just answer them all. So, first question, are you nervous about having two babies? No, I'm not. Only because I feel like everyone, not everyone, but like a lot of people have done this before. I'm not the first one to have two babies that are just a year apart. Like I think it used to be kind of the norm almost. Most people had babies really close together, and now like our generation is waiting longer. People are going on birth control, so they're waiting for the right time to have their second or third or whatever. And for me, I wasn't on anything, so I just got pregnant, and we weren't trying, but it just happened that way. We were trying not to try, but then Daniel just thought, I don't know what he thought. I don't know why he thought that not pulling out would not create a baby, because that's exactly how we created Daxton. So, no, not super nervous, but I am worried about trying to juggle working, running my own business with two babies. I can barely get work done now with one, so figuring out how I'm going to juggle that kind of worries me a little bit. Did I experience any nausea this time around? No, so far I haven't. I had a few days of like a little bit of nausea, but no vomiting or anything. I don't have morning sickness. I've been really lucky. But for about a week, I would get a little bit nauseous in the morning. Just like a little bit where I was like, ugh, I gotta eat right away. And then at like 3 p.m. for some reason, I just kind of feel like, ugh. And then I'd be fine. So I've been really lucky. Craving anything different this time around? You know, first pregnancy, all I wanted was bread and everything carbs. Couldn't eat a vegetable. Meat repulsed me. This time I haven't really had any weird food aversions or cravings. I'm kind of just eating normal, which is why I sometimes don't even feel like I'm pregnant, because not much has changed this pregnancy. I don't know why, but I'm pretty normal. Like the things I want to eat are normal from what I wanted to eat before, with the exception that for some reason I crave bacon. I don't eat pork, haven't eaten it in like years, and I wanted bacon. So I ended up eating bacon like a couple times now, where I never ever would have ordered bacon or had bacon. I stayed away from pork, and pregnancy, I have eaten bacon again. So I don't know. How is it being pregnant and having a little one? Is it tough? So far, so good, because I didn't have any really bad sickness or nausea. So I've been totally fine taking care of Daxton and being pregnant. However, on the days where I'm so tired, I've been pretty lucky. I haven't had a lot of like lethargic days where I feel like I'm gonna die, but on those days and the baby is screaming or won't settle, then yes, it can be tough. And I don't know what it is about being pregnant. You're just more short-tempered. Like I don't have the patience like I did before I was pregnant. I don't know why. And this isn't all the time, just sometimes I get bouts of just moodiness and I don't have patience. I get frustrated more easily, and it's super weird. Did my growing hurt when I was getting close to delivering? Yes, I had a little bit of pubic pain closer to the end of my pregnancy, but I just watched my exercises and made sure I didn't do anything that aggravated it. And really weird, I've already been experiencing a lot of discomfort this pregnancy, and I'm only 16 weeks. Ground ligament pain already, and pubic symphysis. I think I have it this time because I just get weird shooting pains in my vagina. Like it feels like my vagina bone is breaking or being split. Like it's just not nice. How did you and Daniel meet, and how many kids do you want? We met at the gym. Yeah, we met at the gym, and pretty much since the day we started talking, we just clicked, and it just worked, and everything about us meshed really well. And so ever since the day we've been dating, we really haven't spent like much time apart except for a few nights here and there. We just really get along, and we kind of became each other's best friends. Yeah, the gym, pretty hilarious. And how many kids do we want? Well, Daniel wanted 1, then he was okay with 2 because I got pregnant again. And I am an only child, so I wouldn't mind having 3, 4, like I could have lots. However, I'm gonna wait to say how many I really want till I have 2, see how my life is. Like, I think my opinion could change once I'm juggling 2 under 2. So we'll see. But right now I still want more than 2, but I do plan on getting an IUD this time so that I don't get pregnant right away. Someone asked, what are my macros and what's the heaviest I've been compared to now? When I was pregnant, I was 200 pounds. When I was struggling with binge eating disorder really bad, I got up to about 170. My healthy normal is typically between like 150 and 160. That's just where my body likes to sit. So when I went from 160 or 155 to 170 within like a month, that was a problem. That was like the height of binge eating disorder, and it's just insane. But that's my normal weight, is about 155 to 160. Postpartum, I got down to 145. I don't know how or what. That was like the lightest I've been in a very long time, like since high school, I'm thinking. Or like when I prepped, but I don't count that. Like when I prepped, I got down to like 138 first stage, but sat around 145. And 145 postpartum looked very different than 145 prepping. So my body just didn't have as much muscle mass, was carrying more fat, and my butt went flat postpartum, much like it does when I'm competing. I just lose my butt completely. So I don't know what the hell is with that, but I've been pretty much, my butt just really shrunk postpartum, and I don't know. I work out, I'm able to activate my glutes now, and it's still sitting smaller than it was before, but whatever, I don't know. In regards to my macros, I don't count macros. So all of my nutrition plans are macro based. However, I try to teach people like portion control and how to just get used to what a serving size looks like so that you never have to like actually look at numbers. If I had to guess my macros, probably sitting at 200 to 280 grams of carbs a day, I guess. Probably about 100 grams protein, maybe. And I try to get at least like 60 grams of fat, just because as a woman, it's important to get at least 50. And I think that's something a lot of people don't know. A lot of people cut fats. They think fats are bad. No, they're not. As a woman, you need them to be hormonally balanced. So at least 50 grams. Even if you're really small, sometimes when you're trying to lose weight, you might go into the 40s, but typically you want about 50 grams of fat or more. And calorie-wise, I have no idea. I just eat intuitively now, so I'm guessing, I've calculated like kind of roughly on a day to try and see where I was at, because I get this question a lot, and probably between like 2,500 and 3,000 calories, even while I was breastfeeding, even while I lost all that weight. So I wasn't eating in a calorie deficit, and the weight still came off. Okay, what is your skincare products? So I'm really simple. I use a daily moisturizer and a facial cleanser. That's it. I've done the toner thing. I'm lazy. I've done serums. I'm lazy. And now, because I've been ordered by my skincare lady to use sunscreen, I use sunscreen on days I'm going outside. But that's it. So the product is, or the company is called Veda Spa. And if I can find them anywhere online, I'll link it. But my local skincare lady and this Beauty Day Spa, that's where I buy mine. And it's just a natural, limited ingredient cream, like coconut-based cleanser, and then a daily moisturizer. And I use that morning and night. Lately, I've been forgetting, and I'm lazy. Like when I don't wear makeup, sometimes I forget to wash my face. So I end up not washing my face and not putting lotion on. But when I don't put the cream on, I can definitely feel my skin gets drier. Sometimes I'll put coconut oil on my face as like a face mask almost, to really get deep penetration of oils, because I get dry skin and I'm getting wrinkles. and I don't know. I've contemplated Botox because of this, and I'm really got some deep wrinkles up here already. I don't know why. You probably can't tell, but I do. Haven't done anything yet. No fillers, no Botox, but these wrinkles here, sometimes I wonder if I should do them, but my skincare lady says not yet, so I haven't done anything yet. How do you feel about another C-section? My doctor actually doesn't think I need to have a C-section because Daxon was breech, and it wasn't because I couldn't labor or there was issues during labor. He thinks I can try for a vaginal birth this time. There are a lot of complications associated with having a vaginal birth so closely to a C-section, but he doesn't think that I guess I'm like a candidate for those things. So I don't know, and a lot of doctors seem to have different opinions. Some doctors say delivering a year after is okay. Some say 18 to 24 months before delivering or even getting pregnant. Like, everyone is so different in their opinions, and when my doctor found out I was already pregnant, he didn't seem like I'm gonna have to have the C-section, so I don't really know. We'll see what happens. Closer to, was Dax a good sleeper from a newborn? So he has never gotten his days and nights mixed up. He usually is like he was a 9 to 9er, but woke up every 2 to 3 hours, always, sometimes every hour. To this day, he doesn't sleep through the night. He still wakes up every 2 to 4 hours. And I would still say he's a good sleeper because I've never had to experience him wanting to be awake in the middle of the night. So that's really nice. But yeah, he still wakes up all through the night. He does not sleep through the night. So, good sleeper, sort of, but doesn't sleep through the night. Do I plan to ever move out of Canada? I used to want to live in California or Florida, at one point Arizona, anywhere that was warm. As I've gotten older, I've realized we've got it pretty good here in Canada. A lot of things that the States don't have, we do. And it's really hard to move and become an American. So to work down there and stuff, I don't know. I'd have to go visit more often to see if I could ever move to the States. So right now, no, I don't plan on moving out of Canada. However, you never know. And I've only ever traveled to like Mexico. That's it. I don't think, I was supposed to go to China one time, canceled the trip, and I've never been to Europe. I really want to go, so maybe me and Daniel will do that soon. I don't know. Do I know baby's gender? No, I don't know yet. And this time, last pregnancy, I had a very strong feeling, like a definitive, I knew it was a boy, just on things that happened. I could feel it, I knew it was a boy. This time, I won't be surprised if it's a boy because I'm feeling like my pregnancy is pretty similar. However, I don't have a sure feeling yet. I'm not sure if it's a girl or a boy. A lot of people around me, Daniel thinks girl, but I don't know. I won't be surprised if it's another boy. So we'll be finding out in like a month, I think. Pizza or sushi, depends on my mood, but most of the time sushi. Pizza's good once in a while, but really greasy pizza and cheese and dairy in general, I just don't do well with. Doesn't make me feel very good, so I don't like to eat it often. But obviously pizza's delicious. I love garlic cheese bread though, like so good. Someone, no question, just love you, mama, you are beautiful. Thank you, Sophie, that's very nice. Do you feel like you and Daniel fight a lot more after Dax, or do you feel like things have changed? Me and Daniel have never really been fighters. Like, I think we've had maybe 2 arguments in our entire relationship. We have like little, what do you call them? What are they called? Mom brain and pregnancy brain, you guys, is not a joke. Disagreements, I guess. But if I get angry, he doesn't take me seriously. He laughs at me, and then I start laughing because I'm not able to really stay angry. If he did something that was really terrible, I'm sure I could stay mad, but he hasn't so far. If I've gotten really, really bitchy, he'll yell at me. If I've really pushed him for like weeks and weeks and my bitchiness is going like this, he'll be like, and finally blow up on me, and then I know to like tone the bitchiness back down. But in general, do we fight a lot more after having Dax? I think we're both a little bit, for a little while when Dax was not sleeping, we were both way more on edge, not getting along great, but never really fought because of it. And changed, like, what is PDA? What is love between two people? I don't know. Like, we forget to, like, hug each other, kiss each other, sit beside each other, cuddle. Like, the other day I was like, when is the last time we actually, like, hugged for more than, like, a second? So yeah, things have changed a bit, but we've realized that we weren't prioritizing our relationship, so we're working more on, like, I'll try to sit beside him on the couch, because even just, like, sitting near each other is better than sitting separately. We try, I don't know, like, yeah, things changed. But I feel like this is common for a lot of relationships when you first have a baby. It's hard to juggle everything because baby becomes #1 priority. And so everything just is uninterrupted, and you're always so tired that you don't even think about, like, putting each other first, like your relationship first. So yeah, it's changed, but nothing terrible. We don't fight a lot, and we're managing. And then we remember, hey, we should probably say I love you, or we should probably hug each other. When's the last time we kissed? So we're making an effort now. We try to hug and kiss now every day. Hoping for a baby boy or baby girl. I would love a baby girl to dress them in pink, but then I think about raising a teenage girl and I'm like, now that I have a boy, I could deal with 2 boys. I'd be okay with boys, but I know Daniel really wants a girl, so that makes me want a girl for him. So yeah, I'm kind of still okay with both. Like, whatever I get, it's fine. It'll be great no matter what. Products do I use for stretch marks? So I just used a cocoa butter formula for just my stomach. I used the bio oil thing, but I found it so expensive and it ran out so quickly. So I did coconut oil here and there. The last few weeks of pregnancy, I literally was so lazy I forgot to even put it on. And then my midwife pointed out, she's like, hey, you got stretch marks coming in down here. And because my belly was so big, I couldn't see underneath where they were coming in. So I have a few, but they're not too bad. I don't know. I would just say drink lots of water because it's important to stay hydrated from the inside out. Did I deal with any postpartum depression or anxiety? No, I didn't. I'm really fortunate. I had a lot of support around me at all times if I needed it. Anxiety, a little bit. I definitely dealt with anxiety, but I deal with anxiety anyways. So I just think I've learned to manage anxiety pretty well and be able to, like, get in my own head to try and eliminate it or figure out where the source is coming from. So I really didn't deal with it too bad, but I know people who have, and that shit is no joke. And don't be ashamed of it because it happens to so many people. I definitely had baby blues, like days where I just felt lonely and overwhelmed and like I was dealing with so much, but overall I would say no, I didn't really deal with anything like that. So pretty was your second pregnancy planned? Thank you very much. And nope, wasn't. Just a night in Mexico, our first date since baby. Things got a little crazy. Daniel had just lost all worries of the world and decided, let's just play with fire here and see. Oh well, let's see if she gets pregnant. Got pregnant, so anyways. Were there any other names you were thinking of other than Daxton, or if he were a girl? Yes, I drove myself crazy with names, so I stopped even thinking of any until I found out if it was a girl or a boy. And then once I found out it was a boy, there were a few. We really wanted to do something with a K. So we liked things like Caden, and then we liked the name Maddox and things like that. And I can't even remember, but there were quite a few names we liked, but Daxton just kept sticking. And then we also ended up liking Nathaniel because I really like Nate, and I thought Nathaniel and Daniel's kind of cute, but he just didn't suit in Nathaniel, and I couldn't imagine myself saying Nathaniel. Like, I would say Nate, obviously, but Daxton just, like, I loved the name, and I knew that if I saw someone else name their baby Daxton, and my baby wasn't named Daxton, I'd be upset I didn't name him Daxton. That's how I knew I gotta name him Daxton. Doing a gender reveal, we haven't decided yet. I kind of feel like I want to find out myself, and then maybe do a gender reveal for like my family and friends, just as like a fun thing to do. But I think I want to know this time and hear it right away. So I'm not sure. What does my husband do? He's an electrician. Do you think baby number 2 will share the same heartbreaking cuteness Daxton has? Hopefully. Thank you for saying he's cute. I got pregnant so early after delivering Dax. Doesn't it have a negative effect on me? No, it doesn't have a negative effect on me. I'm still breastfeeding. I honestly feel way better now that I'm pregnant than I did postpartum. I was weak and my body hurt and I felt like a weakling. I just didn't feel myself postpartum. I felt really, really fragile. Sorry, my camera cut off. I was really, really weak postpartum, and so getting pregnant again, I feel more myself. I feel really good. I feel strong. I feel great. So I don't know, I'm feeling really good, and no, it doesn't have negative effects on me. I get tested for Zika virus. No, I didn't, and surprisingly, my doctor didn't think this was an issue. I definitely didn't get bit by any mosquitoes there. There were no bugs, so I'm not worried about it. But I don't know, my doctor never seemed interested. So what mascara do I use? Right now I have lash extensions, so no mascara, but usually like something cheap sometimes, like the stiletto stuff, or I was using Smashbox, different ones. I try different ones all the time. How do I stay confident and not let insecurities get to me? I was insecure. I had like body dysmorphia, I don't even know what you want to call it, but I struggled with a lot of insecurities, thinking I wasn't good enough, like my self-worth, my self-acceptance, self-love, all of those things I struggled with hard. And it was a hard journey to get where I am, where I just know that I'm worth more than my physical body, that people love me for more than my physical body. I love me for more than my physical body. You've got to work on like what's inside, and then what's on the outside won't matter. You just won't care. And I also realized that it's so crazy, but when you're confident, you always like are kind of happy with how you look. Like even when I was freshly postpartum, carrying around a big old belly, loose skin, more fat than I ever have, I felt great. I wasn't concerned about it. I loved my baby and I loved my body for giving me that baby, and I never felt insecure about it. And so if I was in the headspace I was 3 years ago, that would be totally different. I would have hated myself, been looking at the mirror and nitpicking myself, tearing myself apart. That's what I used to do. Looking at everything that was wrong with my body instead of just appreciating it for what it's given me. And I could go on about this for a long time, guys, and this is a long video, so another time. But that's all I'd say. Knowing your worth and loving yourself enough to know that, to just be confident, because why not? Why not? Love yourself enough, and when you're happy with what's in here, you just are happier with what's out here. When will I reveal baby of number 2, gender of baby number 2? Whenever I find out. Have I started sleep training? If yes, what's worked so far? Advice? I have a video on this on YouTube. Go watch it. Dexton's back in our bed though, because it's just easier. So didn't work for us so far. But he is way more comfortable in his crib and he'll sleep in there for a while. I've just been lazy the last few nights, so he's been coming to bed with me. Go-to exercises that help pelvic floor that aren't Kegels? Yes. What the hell? Transverse abdominis holds, like TVA holds. Those are really, really great. And maybe I'll like link a few just so that it's easier, or talk about this in another video, because this video again is getting really long. How's breastfeeding going while pregnant? Really good, except I pumped the other day, and I don't know if it's because Daxton's eating so much more that I'm not producing as much milk during the day, but I could barely get a flippin' ounce, and so I've pretty much given up on pumping because it annoys the hell out of me that I can't really get anything out of here. But he still breastfeeds, not as long, but at night he breastfeeds, does a really good job at breastfeeding at night, and then in the morning. I don't know. Like, I think it's going fine. I hope he's getting milk, but I've actually been a little bit concerned lately, like maybe he's not getting enough milk. So I'm not sure. I really need to maybe look into that. How will I prepare for baby number 2 now that I'm more expected or experienced? I don't know if I'm gonna prepare at all. Like, I guess this time I'm just trying to stay like the healthiest I can, exercise, stay on top of stretching, because last pregnancy I felt great the whole pregnancy. I didn't stretch, and then as soon as the relaxant started to wear off, I felt like I'd been hit by a truck every single day, and my body was just so tight. So I'm trying to actually focus on stuff like that. Because I have all the baby stuff, I really don't need anything, so I think that'll make it easier. Yeah, and that is all the questions. What a long video. Yeah, thank you all so much for your questions. I really appreciate it. Wait a second, I think I have more. Okay, here. Tips for weight loss while still trying to get pregnant. I would say just make sure you're eating a healthy amount of calories if you need help with this. It's more about maintaining that you're getting enough of each macronutrient to ensure that your body can do all of its hormonal stuff. Like, I was dieting while I got pregnant. I was in calorie deficit, training really, really hard, was gonna do a bikini competition, was training for provincials, and I got pregnant. I had lost 10 pounds, so I was dieting. The key here is that I was eating enough of the right nutrients. Like, you need your fats, you need your carbs, you need your protein, you need a certain amount, and you don't want to be in a deficit of like more than 500 calories a day from your maintenance level. So if you need help coming up with a meal plan, in order for like pre-pregnancy, pregnancy, or postpartum, please ask me. That's what I do. I feel like I need to make a video saying that this is what I do, because I haven't talked about it in a long time, so I feel like people don't know. But I am a nutritionist and a pre and postnatal fitness specialist, so this is what I do. I love helping pregnant and postpartum women, and also helping women get ready for pregnancy, because honestly, you should be training for pregnancy. You want to be your strongest, healthiest self when you get pregnant. So it's a good excuse, even if you aren't pregnant, that if you know you want kids in the future, to be training and eating right now. So anyways, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I know this was a really long video. I had a lot of questions to answer, and I really appreciate all of your support and you guys taking the time to ask me questions, because I really like doing this. So we should do it again, and I will literally always answer any questions you might have for me. So never be afraid to ask me. You can DM me, comment, whatever. So thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please hit the like button, the thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.